Derek went to Galaxy's Edge. Well, you went to Disney World and Universal Studios.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, did you guys go to the Avatar place?
Yes. Hold on. Let me get it. Yeah, so at Animal Kingdom, they have the Avatar place.
Yeah, I heard that was dope.
So what happened was on our trip, we had 5 days in the like Disney area. So we had Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. So for those 5 days, we got to go to a park twice, but you have to like pre-schedule it. But we had park hopping, so after 2:00, we could leave that park and go to any park.
You had to wait till 2?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So we went to Animal Kingdom the first day we got there because it was just like a half day. You're like, all right, let's kind of scope this place out for when we come back for real. Got to get a game.
I always liked Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, it's really fun and cool. The rides to go through, like the safari, really interesting. Very interesting.
Do they still have like live animals and stuff?
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Like a zoo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. So they have a Pandora place from the movie Avatar, and that was really cool. There's like
floating rocks.
yeah, there's
and
floating
shit.
rocks, and they hide how they like keep the rocks floating by having like vines connect to all of them.
Yeah.
So they had 2 rides for Avatar. One of them,
The glider.
one's the glider, which is what everyone's trying to get on, and then there's the like boat ride. And all it is, it's like a little boat ride inside a building, but they've decorated it to be all the Avatar themed, and that was really cool.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. So what happened on our official full day at Animal Kingdom? We get there, and everything started shutting down. Like we were there for about 3 hours maybe, and things were just like shutting down. Their computers were going down or something, where rides were shutting down. The only one that still was working was the Pandora section. So everybody went over there and, I mean, made the lines like incredibly long. So we were just like, all right, well, I mean, we kind of got to see some of the cool stuff. Like the safari was still open. So we were able to go to that. Kind of did fill out the day with the things that you could still do.
Yeah.
And
there's enough in the park that even though like the rides are closing, there's plenty of stuff to still walk around and see and do.
They had a bird show that was really cool. So after we were like, okay, let's just leave. We kind of got the day out of it, and it was like, and then at 2:00, which was, it was getting pretty close to that time as we were finishing the day. It's like we can just go to a different park because we were there the first day we got there.
What time did you guys get there in the mornings? Like right when they open?
We usually try to get there right in the morning.
8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, like if you're going on those trips, you gotta get up early.
Oh, and that wasn't bad for getting up early. Epcot.
That's not getting up early for us at all.
No. But Epcot doesn't open till like 11.
That's the one with all the different countries.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you can drink at.
Yeah.
Did you guys go there?
Yeah, we went there.
That one's probably. I never thought it was fun as a kid, but I bet now Epcot is like the place to be.
I thought it was like
if you like eating and you like drinking, that's the place to be.
Well, what really sucked is like the ride or the lines to get like food were so long. I was kind of expecting like, or how they would make it is that like, hey, come in here, grab something we can make quick from this like country, get it out to you. You guys all eat a little bit of that, then you go to the next spot and like so you can taste everything. Like,
no, it's like full meals.
Yeah, it's like full meals, and it makes for the lines like super long. And we were just like, well, let's just pick somewhere that doesn't have a long line. So you'd go, oh god, where do we go?
To the ones that aren't as good.
Yeah, and the ones that aren't as good. Well, everyone was flooding to the foods that they know, like Mexican. Like Mexican food was always like packed.
Really? Why would you pay money to go to? I'd be going to like the German section, and then like I don't know if there's like a Japanese one or what. I haven't been there in a long time, but I know there is a German one because they sell like brats and shit there. But yeah, why would you go to like ones that you always eat anyways?
Yeah. I don't know, but anyways,
can you fast pass in the food lines?
No, there's
Imagine that.
I think it would have been more fun for me and Lauren if we were there with friends. It was just like us two.
I think so.
It was just kind of like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
I think that's how theme park. Well, maybe not all theme parks. Like if you went to Cedar Point with your significant other or your partner, like that's a little different because it's like, okay, we're obviously here to ride roller coasters, so we know what we're doing. But like, I get like Disney World. I think would be really fun with like other people.
Mm-hmm. Well, Disney World was, when we got there, Lauren had really high expectations of like, this is like going to be the place because Lauren's very Disney. My wife is
It's no different than any other theme park. It's just Disney themed.
It's a lot of, the rides are not as intense as.
No, they're kid rides.
Yeah, they're kid rides. That's what I'm saying.
It's Disney.
Like, it's.
Yeah. That's why Universal Studios is way more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because Universal Studios, while there's not a ton of rides, they're all like pretty. They're like more like roller coasters.
Yeah, they are roller coasters there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did hurt my back, so I wasn't able to go on all the rides.
Right, you were not allowed to ride most of the rides because you're back.
But there were, I mean, some of the iconic rides I went on, like the Spider-Man ride.
That ride's dope.
Yeah,
I remember that ride. That ride's killer.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask about the Toy Story Land place.
That place was cool.
Was it cool?
Mm-hmm. Everything's like little, like toys, but blown up to decorate the whole.
Is there like special rides or anything?
Mm-hmm. A Slinky had a ride, but that line was super long. It's also connected to the Galaxy's Edge, so I was like, I'm ready.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Deuces.
There was like a shooting game. A ride where
the aliens.
No, it wasn't aliens. It's like the whole Toy Story, and you like go through these line of screens, and then your thing would stop, and then you'd be at Buzz Lightyear's section and shoot all the like aliens there, and then you go to another screen, and then you'd be at Woody's shooting range, and it goes through like almost all the characters where you're shooting something different every time, and you're competing with scoring with your rider, the person you're riding with. That was pretty fun. Lauren was beating me at first, but I crushed her at the end. What I was trying to do was I'd go over and try and shoot the things she was shooting to like take it from her, but it ended up she was taking it from me, so I scrapped that idea. I went back to like
just getting your own.
Yeah, get my own.
And obviously the cream of the crop.
The breakfast, yes.
Yeah, the cream of the crop, Legoland. You didn't think I was going to say that?
We didn't go to Legoland. And at downtown Disney, or Disney Springs now, they have like a Lego store. Yeah. I wanted to go into it, but with COVID and everything, they wouldn't allow a certain amount of people into the store. Like they have somebody out there like with the tracking like how many people are in their store. And so out of all the stores there, that one was excessively long, and I'm like, I don't really feel like waiting that long for a store.
Yeah.
The Star Wars one,
for
they
Legos.
had a Star Wars one down there. I was like, I'd wait for that one, but
Star Wars Legos?
No, Star Wars like store.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That one's really cool.
I was like, why would they separate the Star Wars Legos? But yeah.
They had they had masks for the Jedi Temple guards that you could buy. I was like, man, I'd really like to get one of those.
So the actual cream of the crop, the only reason people go there now, at least grown men, I think, Galaxy's Edge.
Yes.
How was that?
So
place?
Was a little disappointed by the fact I could not get
Wait a sec, hang on. You were what?
I was disappointed I was not able to build my own lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean that you have to get tremendously in advance.
The second you're available to get it. So we were told you have to schedule that thing out 2 months. 2 months in advance. You have to schedule it.
It's too expensive. It's way too expensive to sit. Like, I want to do it so bad, but it's way too expensive to, like, 3 months in advance, 2 months in advance. And then not only that, but sit there and, like, try to get a reservation.
Well, you only pay if you get the reservation.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's not worth my time for it to be that expensive. Like, if it's that expensive, I should be able to just to be like, call and be like, hey, I want to come in.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't get why don't they just, well, I guess because everyone's planning flights differently, but
yeah, what's the big deal of just like having it, if people want to sit in a line the entire day to get in there, what is the point of locking that?
Yeah, that
away?
makes
That
way
freedom
more
of
sense
it
as a ride.
Yeah, I mean, like, not only is it a ride, but imagine how much money they would make if they just had people come in. And I get they're probably limited on supplies, maybe, but like,
yeah, but
if supplies run out, then supplies run out, and you just shit out of luck.
What's the difference in telling the people there, like, hey, we run out of supplies, then like 2 months in advance
can't get a reservation,
or
yeah, I think it should become it is first come first serve with the reservation things, but I think it should just be like, you go to the park, if you're there at the park, you can get in line, and sometimes you might end up waiting your entire day at the park there. Like, if you're that willing to do it, then let people do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like reservations. I think it's just because I'm sick of having to wait for products nowadays. So
yeah,
but no. Anyways,
I was disappointed by that, but walking in there, I mean, it was just.
Did it feel like you were in like a different place?
Yeah, because how they make they make almost like it's a bowl almost, where you kind of feel like you are surrounded and like in
Rocks.
the city, like because you don't see any other part of the park once you're in there. It's like, okay, you're just in this area.
That's dope.
That's dope. Life-size Millennium Falcon. I mean, it was like you're in a dream.
Did you
Seriously,
touch it?
I probably could have, but I didn't. I'd have to jump. And
It hangs over the crowd.
yeah, it hangs over the crowd. But man, the detail they put
That
into
is so
that,
fucking cool.
they have it landed in front of like a hangar,
Mm-hmm.
and that hangar's the line to like drive the Millennium Falcon ride, which you don't have to get a reservation for.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why can you do that? And that you're not spending money.
No, and they have like tubes from the landing come out and like connecting to the Falcon, like it's being refueled and everything. They have every once in a while steam will just like mist out of certain parts of the ship, so it's like like being
So it's
an
not
active
literally
ship.
just a stone prop. It's like real.
No, it's like actual like metal and piping.
Excuse
and
me,
stuff
that was
like
disgusting. Somebody do a burp cut of all of our burps throughout every episode.
Got it. I'm not gonna play that. That's
But yeah, that's really cool. I know Kylo's ship's there because they're like milking the sequels.
they're really
bad.
pushing for the sequels to be the main thing. 'Cause it's really disappointing when you know, you're solely based off of or we're very passionate about like the Rebels and the Empire.
Yeah.
I mean, even like prequels, I still love.
I love the prequels.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Star Wars is one of the prequels. If not all the prequels. But I don't, people are going to be like, ooh. No, I truly think the prequels are like, but we grew up on the prequels.
We did, but I think we still, you know.
Oh, I still love the original.
Yeah.
Like,
you
no
know,
doubt about
and I think there was a weird, I could be wrong on this. I wish we had a fact checker, but if I'm pretty sure George Lucas started like episode 4 because of the technology that was available to them, because look how different 1, 2, and 3 are. Like
it was all modeled.
Yeah.
It was like very, like even the explosions that you see, like when they're like flying into the Death Star, those are real, like fireworks explosions.
Mm-hmm.
They blew up the model set of like the Death Star when like they're flying in. They like blew fucking holes in it for that. So like the actual change is insane. Like from the original 3 to the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
But I like them. But the sequels. I mean, and I'm not like one of those guys that like rides the bandwagon and is like, oh my god, I have to hate the prequels because every other nerd on the planet doesn't like them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's some good fucking parts in those new prequels. The story's not very good.
No.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Kylo. In the first one, I was like, this guy's badass. Like, this is gonna be sick. And then they ruined him.
I thought Rey was cool too, but I think they just made her a little bit too powerful. I thought
They just made them all babies, bro.
Yeah, and then like the ending with
Finn.
Finn.
Like, what the fuck's going on with Finn? There's this huge love connection, and then nothing ever happens. And then there's like hints that he could be Jedi too, and there's like nothing ever happens with that. It's like, ugh.
I hate too that. One thing I really despised was, there was only 2 of those locator things to that Sith planet.
The sword.
Well, not the sword part. That part was awful too.
Yeah.
But like the, only you could find those locators or those trackers to find that planet finally.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get there, and then Palpatine's there, and he's like, "Oh, if you join my forces, you can have my grand army." And then there's like billions of people on there flying those ships. I'm like, how'd they fucking find that planet? Like, what the fuck?
Well, the Emperor told him where it was.
But why isn't the Emperor just telling Kylo where he is? It's just simple, like...
Because, yeah, no, I get that. Now I'm just trying to break it down because it's like, that doesn't make sense. But usually they have a reason. And I feel like it's because the Emperor is always just using somebody anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's probably not physically like, oh, Kylo's the best. He's just using him like he used Darth Vader. So...
But anyways...
Yeah, back to Galaxy's Edge. It's in that time frame.
It's in the time frame, and it's still really cool. But it's just like there's a First Order store, and it's just like, okay, this is all like First Order stormtroopers and that stuff. And I'm like, man, I'd really like to get an Imperial blaster, like an Empire.
Could you
blaster.
buy blasters?
You could buy toy blasters, but they were
like, are they metal, like modeled?
I think so,
bro. Fuck the lightsabers.
But. Well, they cost almost just as much.
Exactly. Fuck the lightsaber.
But they were all First Order blasters, the black and white. They weren't like
the old black.
The old black.
Black and gray with the side clip.
Mm-hmm. They weren't. Otherwise, yeah, I'd probably like, that'd be kind of cool to have too.
That would be such a cool display.
Yeah.
Like, the lightsabers are too, but like, the blasters, man, that's so sick.
But the best part of it was the Millennium Falcon ride.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, that shit was fun. I almost wanted to sit in the line again, but that line was like 2 hours long, and I'm like, man, I want to keep like going through this place. Yeah. But they have you can sit 6 people in that room, but because of COVID, they're only letting like your groups go in. So they set it to a setting where it's like only me and my wife.
Yeah.
So we were the
2-player.
Yeah. So we were the pilots, and then behind the pilots, they can be 2 gunners, and then behind the gunners can be engineers, and I think they can like repair the ship. Gunners shoot at enemies, obviously. They make you get in this room, and the screens surround the cockpit, so it looks like you're looking like
out the glass,
and then they indicate like what buttons you need to press, but they'll like light up with like other little buttons will flash to make it look real, but you'll distinctly know like, oh, you got to press that button, and then like, okay, go to warp speed, and then you got to pull the metal lever to like do warp speed. And that was really cool. It was like finally like I've always wanted to do that, like kind of deal. And
that's what's so cool about it is like, there's so many people out there that dream to sit in that iconic ship because like you have like the Batmobile, who's like an iconic car. The Millennium Falcon's just as, if not more, iconic.
You know what I was?
That just a spaceship.
Kind of. You know what I was thinking about doing? Kind of doing like a shit post on one of our Instagrams or my Instagram, me in front of the Millennium Falcon, and say like, the Resistance has a new Sith Lord driving the Slave One, and just see if people like rage and go like,
That's not the slave one.
Yeah, that's not the slave one. And but like boost that reaction like that.
Oh, that would be hilarious, dude. You should have.
Be like one of those gamer girls that's holding an Xbox controller and going, I love my PlayStation.
I love PlayStation. I fucking love PlayStation. The controller's off too.
Yeah.
I've been playing all day. Shut up. I have nothing against we have nothing against gamer girls, but there are those like fake model gamer girls who like model with controllers, and it's like always incorrect.
But so the Millennium Falcon was like the best part for sure.
How big is Galaxy's Edge? Could you spend the entire day in Galaxy's Edge? The entire day, as in like 6 hours.
Me personally, I could.
Right. I mean, I guess you gotta think about lines too, but
as a fan, yes, I could.
Do they have food items relative to the movie? Like, obviously they have the blue milk, but like, do they have like
they got blue milk and they got green milk?
Okay. Do they have like food?
Mm-hmm. But
like what Jar Jar Binks ate? But obviously it's probably like chicken.
Yeah,
like,
they just name everything different. So we didn't really eat a whole lot there, actually at all, because my wife has a gluten intolerance. So we'd have to find stuff that's like
good luck.
Which
super
that
hard.
was a nightmare, because it's Lauren's like, well, what do you want to eat? I was like, I don't know. I'm not the one with the gluten intolerance.
You're like,
so
I'll eat anything.
I'm like, we got to find a place that has these options for you. Like, I can't just go like, oh, I want to eat here, and
and then have her just sit there.
Yeah, so
especially after waiting in a line for 2 hours to get a sausage. You know? Dude, they gotta have options like that. You would think they would have more nowadays.
It's starting to come out a little bit more, the like gluten-free options, but it's still kind of slim.
Yeah, it's not a very common, like.
No, because usually it's the gluten-free people are either obviously by choice, which is very slim, and then there are gluten intolerant people.
Yeah, but it's slim.
It's very slim.
Like, it's not.
So usually they only have like one item on the menu that's gluten-free.
Yeah, that's rough. And you guys can't bring your own food in, can you?
No. They want you to spend the money there.
Yeah, their food's really overpriced. I know that is
everything's overpriced. Once you enter that park, you're paying so much more for everything.
That's why when I go on vacation, I would love to go back there again. But
with money?
With money. When I was like, if I was rich.
Bro, like going into the Legacy lightsaber store, which is where I got my lightsaber because I didn't get to build one.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Mm-hmm.
That was the coolest store, and that was one of the longest lines also to get in.
What's our time at?
25.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Keep going.
I wanted everything in that store. Dude, they had like metal Imperial credits.
I've seen those.
I was like, man, I want those.
And then they have like fucking outfits and
in there that was more kind of geared towards the Empire stuff too, and Rebels. But that was the only store.
What other kind of like knick-knacky things do they have? Like obviously you got like the Kyber crystals, but like what little things, like, do they have like
R2D2 plates? They had those.
Like pieces of his armor?
No, like plates you eat off of, but like has R2D2 on them.
I don't know. I'm like movie props, I guess is what I mean. Besides like the lightsabers, you said they sell blasters, and then
you could like I think you could buy a whole like stormtrooper like outfit. Dude, they almost everything they made into something you can buy. There's like Imperial or First Order identification cards you can buy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Dude, there was so many things. I'm like, man, I want it all. There's like statues of Palpatine that you could, like little statues, like almost like worshiping statues you can buy for him.
Kind of like the Emperor was forcing people to have like
You know,
Kinda like
he had
Hitler.
he had a statue in Coruscant.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. See, like that's something I would get because it's like I could put it on my desk and be like, still kind of be like a movie prop.
First Order like captains like hats or First Order Imperial you know, like those colorful like military badges.
No way.
You could buy those, dude.
Now that would be sick.
Everything you could
like
buy.
Those
everything.
kind of things I like. Like the little movie props.
Dude, I was like, I almost bought like Imperial credits because I think that would just be so
that
cool.
That would be cool too.
That,
Don't they have like Beskar somewhere too?
I didn't see any Beskar.
What the fuck? No, I'm kidding. Do they have like helmets?
Yeah,
like,
helmets, but the helmets were mostly the one like the mask. There was a Republic Jedi Order Temple Guard mask, the like yellow like tree-ish thing. You could buy those. Those stuff were in like glasses and they were like $300.
Yeah.
And they're like really expensive.
That's what I like. Yeah.
But they did have a bunch of like First Order Stormtrooper and Resistant pilot helmets for kids. But they
fuck that.
But
no,
they were,
I want like
they were really good quality still, but obviously we wouldn't be able to wear them. They're for kids to. I want them to be life. I want them to be actual size, and I wouldn't wear it, but I would definitely display that. That would be sick. Yeah, I would have got it, dude. If it would have been like the original like
Stormtrooper helmet.
No, not the Stormtrooper helmet. Fuck the Stormtrooper helmet compared to the Rebel X-wing pilot helmet.
That would be fucking cool. Like one that's like
Luke's helmet,
like battered.
Yeah,
like been used, not like a clean one, like a dirty one. You could even buy a clean one and then like dirty it yourself. Like,
I'll take it to work with me.
Rust. Yeah, just use it as your fucking hard hat. Dude, that'd be so funny.
They yell at you. It's like, "Where's your safety glasses?" You just go.
Dude, Anakin's race helmet would be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Little brown helmet with his little goggles. That'd be sick.
But yeah, before we go to break, I'd like to.
Oh yeah. So, real quick before you show it though, there are legacy sabers where you can get like all the different,
like movie or famous character sabers.
Yeah,
yes.
Ahsoka's sabers and
I chose Obi-Wan.
I would get Qui-Gon, but they weren't selling it at the time.
Yeah, they weren't selling it, so here it is.
What the fuck? Put it over like my screen too, like. Wow, it looks really good. Look it on your camera, bro. That's sick.
Dude, I look like a freaking Jedi.
Thumbnail. We're gonna have to take photos with you. The hilt is metal.
The hilt's all metal.
A little bit of plastic, but it's all metal.
Still have some stickers on there. We need to.
Need to get rid of those stickers on there.
I did get the shortest blade for travel purposes, and I thought we would be able to display it, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, it doesn't stand on the thing.
We
could though get like a wall hanger. A lot of people will hang them on like
swords,
broom hangers.
Yeah,
and they just
what I would love to do is if I kind of wish it didn't make sound, and it'd be cool if like we could like light this up and leave it lit. Oh my gosh, we didn't. My couch light.
Derek, reroll.
No, but I'd love to like. It'd be cool if we could like have this like stay lit up like in the background of our show.
Does it have batteries in it?
Yeah, it has batteries.
If it was rechargeable, you could.
Well, the thing I thought would be annoying is as it's the whole time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way you could get in there and take it off though.
You could, yeah.
I'm sure too. You could like, literally just look up lightsaber.
I mean, I didn't realize this. The speaker is literally right there.
Yeah, you probably could get in there and unhook that.
Yeah,
speaker.
just unhook the speaker. But I don't want to mess with it.
Of course not. No, that's sick. It's huge. It feels really good in your hands. I wish it was a bigger blade, but I totally understand why Derek went with a smaller blade.
If I built my own, I probably would have gotten a bigger blade. You don't get a choice, I don't think.
I don't think so. The blades are like in the tables. The building aspect of building your own is really cool.
I mean, this feels awesome. Me holding it like.
I wish I had money, because I would buy we could buy those, what are those other ones called? Anyways.
Oh, those other sabers.
Anyways,